Let me be honest with you. I am not good at waiting. If someone doesn't text me back in 5 minutes, my mind turns into a full Hollywood studio. I start imagining the wildest, craziest scenarios. If I don't see those three typing bubbles within 25 seconds, my brain goes, she's gone. The car flipped 7 times. A meteor hit the earth. The world is ending. And I know I'm not the only one. Some of you, if someone takes more than 2 minutes to respond, you think, maybe they don't like me anymore. Maybe they're mad at me. Maybe I said something wrong. And when the text comes back green instead of blue, game over. Your mind says, they blocked me. They left me. They're never speaking to me again. We laugh about it. But in the moment, it's not funny because silence can feel like rejection and space can feel like abandonment. That's exactly where this message begins. In the Bible, Paul had the same struggle. He sent Titus to bring him news, clarity, peace. But Titus never showed. Paul said, I had an open door, but I had no peace of mind. God opened a door, and Paul walked away from it because he couldn't handle the silence. And that's how the enemy works. He doesn't need to shut the door. He just needs to mess with your mind long enough that you walk away from the door yourself. Hear this clearly. The enemy loves to attack you with things that haven't even happened yet. He uses assumptions, imaginations, what if scenarios, old memories, past failures, old wounds to distract you from what God is trying to do right now. He takes scenes from the past, old movies from 20 years ago, and plays them on repeat so you can't see the opportunity standing right in front of you today. But God said, when I open a door, no devil can shut it. And that leads to an important truth. If there's a devil at the door, it's because what's behind it is important. Let me share a personal moment. I was on my way to something incredibly important, something that would change my life and ministry forever. And right before it happened, I broke down crying. Now I don't cry much, maybe 3 times in my whole life. My wife looked at me and said, stop playing. She thought I was joking, but I wasn't. I couldn't even speak. I didn't know why I was crying. Nothing tragic happened. Nobody died. Life was fine. But what was waiting for me on the other side of that moment was so significant that the enemy tried everything he could to stop me from walking through that door. There is always pressure before purpose. There is always a devil at the door when God is bringing you into something meaningful. Why do you think the battles in your life get harder right when you're about to grow? Why do you think your mind gets attacked right when you're about to step into destiny? Because the enemy knows how important your next chapter is. And someone watching this right now, you're wondering, why am I depressed? Why am I overwhelmed? Why is everything so heavy? Why does it hurt so much? Let me tell you why. The size of the devil at your door reveals the size of the assignment on your life. Your battle is big because your calling is bigger. Your struggle is deep because your purpose runs deeper. Your pain is great because your destiny is greater. While Paul waited for Titus, his mind got louder every day. And yours does too. The enemy whispers, they won't accept you. You're not good enough. You're going to fail. You're alone. You don't matter. You'll never get through this. He cannot shut the door God opened, but he will do everything he can to make you afraid to walk through it. Every day Titus didn't show up, Paul's imagination created new fears, new stories, new reasons to worry, just like we do. But here's the part we forget. While Paul was worrying, God was working. While Paul was imagining the worst, God already had the solution in motion. When we finally reach 2 Corinthians 7, we discover Titus came, not just with answers, but with joy, encouragement, restoration. Paul said, I worried for months about something God had already worked out. And you've done the same. You're losing sleep over problems God already solved. You're stressed over situations God already fixed. You're afraid of future chapters God already wrote the ending for right now. You are standing in front of an open door. You may not feel it. You may not see it. You may be too anxious to recognize it. but it's open, and the only thing louder than the opportunity is the fear in your mind. That's why we pause, sound, and breathe, and allow God's voice to be louder than our worry, because the conflict outside you is never what stops you. It's the fears inside you. But hear this. The door God opened for you cannot be shut, not by fear, not by silence, not by doubt, not by the enemy, not even by your own insecurity. So hear this like it's being spoken straight to your heart. Titus is coming. The answer is coming. The clarity is coming. The peace is coming. The breakthrough is coming. The restoration is coming. God already worked out the very thing you're stressing about. So don't quit. Don't run from the open door. Don't let fear write the ending of your story. Lift your head, take a breath, and step forward with confidence. Because the door God opened for you leads to a future more beautiful than anything the enemy is trying to make you fear walk through the door. Your breakthrough is on the other side.